All right. So today I want to talk about using a reference element with the ArcGIS Maps SDK for JavaScript components. It still takes me a while to get that name down. Darn it. And it's been a while since I've done a video, so give me a break. I've been busy. Okay. New year, new videos. See what we can do here. But the first thing I need a map, right? So let's go through here. See, this is yeah, and I'm looking at Living Atlas here, just trying to find something I can use. Let's go down to regions. I'm gonna stick with US just for now. Just something I can do. Wind farms by live weather assessment map. All right, cool. So let's come in here, and here's an item ID. Okay, perfect. So let's go and make a ArcGIS map. Ignore some of the stuff that Copilot is trying to do. Oof. Copilot, why you gotta do me dirty? Okay, so here's my map. Okay. All right, let's come in here and empty. Oh my gosh, nothing's happening. No, I'm kidding. No, nothing's gonna happen because I have not imported the map yet. So come over here and just do import ArcGIS map components, and I don't know why it does some of this stuff. There we go. ArcGIS map. Bam, there we go. Things are loading, and here's our map. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna bring a couple of other things here, so I guess I'll bring in a legend. Let's do that. Okay, that way I don't gotta do it again later on. So just give you an idea here. So if we do ArcGIS legend, and we're gonna do slot, let's just say it's gonna be equal to bottom left. All right, so we got our legend here. Bam, perfect. All right, we're good. Well, it's loaded up, pretty easy to do, right? Already got a nice little app. But let's say I want to do something like, let's try this. Let's do a calcite shell. And oh my gosh, how do I do a calcite shell here? So that much I know, but I think I'm gonna have to go and look some calcite stuff. Okay, so here's calcite docs. Let's go over here. Let's look at shell. I'm gonna go and just I need a little refresher. Sorry, I need a little refresher. All right, so yeah, shell panel start. Okay. All right. So let's do a calcite. I think this is just gonna be a regular panel here. Heading equals map with legend, and I don't think I need a scale here. Okay, so we'll figure out why it does. I know why it doesn't work. I'll fix why it doesn't work in a second, but I need to get some of these other pieces in here, right? So I want a calcite shell panel slot panel start. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Shell panel slot is going to be equal to panel start. Okay, so that's really what I want to do there. Position start, I guess so. Let's do that. You see Copilot is getting carried away. Calm down, Copilot, please. Okay, that's all I really need. So what I want to do, and let me do that. I gotta import stuff in here. So what did I use? Let's import some calcite stuff, right? So, if I could spell correctly. If you've seen this channel a while, you know by now that I can't spell under duress. Components. So I've got me a calcite shell. I've got a shell panel, right? And I was using panel. All right, that should get this thing up and running. Here we go. Okay, so I've got this little side panel here, my legend. Now, what I want to do is I want to move my legend here up into the side panel, right? Bam. And we need to get rid of the slot because nothing's to be visible if you have a slot that doesn't exist. Okay, so here we go. So we have no legend, right? So it's not bound to the map at all right now. You can't see nothing. Okay, so let's go with this. Let's make this a little bigger since. Okay, here we go. There we go. Little things, a little friendlier for people that can't see very well, which includes me. Blind as a bat, for crying out loud. Okay, so right now I just have my map sitting over here, and what I can do in the legend here is I can just go and say that I have a reference element equal to ArcGIS map. Right. This is one real handy shortcut you can do. Just give it the actual element name, and that'll work just fine. Another thing you can do is that maybe for whatever reason you've got your map in here and you give it an ID and you're going to call it my map. I can come in here and I can just say the reference element is going to be my map, right? And it should still work. If you wanted to, you don't need to. You can also go and put the pound sign here, like you do a query selector with document.query selector. That'll work as well. Under the hood, we determine what you're trying to do and make a best guess, right? That works just fine, right? Perfect. One other thing I could do, actually, let me show this for a second here. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna make a little function here. So this is one thing with the beat is it doesn't have a weight that I can use directly here. I gotta make a little function. So let's make a little async function, initialize app. Don't give me the nonsense. And I'm gonna initialize the app. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go and say that not the map. I don't care about the map. Well, yeah, you know what? No, I don't care about the map. Legend elements. Okay, ooh, look at that. So I'm gonna await. No, there's no legend.load. Sorry. Sometimes it just doesn't know what to do. What are you talking about? Legends possibly no. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. Okay, legend component. Isn't it on component on ready? Is that right? Maybe I spelled. I write this stuff. I can't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, component already. Now, what you'll notice is that I could write the reference element, and the reference element is not the ID that I put in there, but it's the actual element itself. So under the hood, what we do when you give us a reference element, don't even have to give us a reference element. Under the hood, we go ahead and take whatever string you've given us, and we auto-populate the reference element with the actual element. We also do this if you don't give us a reference element, right? And that's because there are a couple components that use the reference element property internally to do a couple things. Don't have to worry about what they do. Nothing critical, really. Small little bits and stuff here that we kind of need access to know what that element is. So we auto-populate that right here for you, right? But you can see here, I mean, I only wrote this JavaScript code to kind of console log out this bit for you here. It's a little bigger. But I didn't need to write any JavaScript to get this nice little app going with the sidebar in here. And I'm sure I can do some other stuff here. Let me see. What's block? Block do? Blocks. Block group? Block? Regular block? How do we do a block? Oh wait, let's go back. That had a block. What am I doing? So if I look inside here, action bar, action. Don't blocks just open? Panel, action bar. Here we go. Calcite block. So let's go and add a block in here. All right. So we're gonna do. Let's come in this HTML. Let's come in here. Say calcite block. Need a heading. Okay, we're gonna say heading legend and collapsible. Yes, let's do that. All right. Now I need to import it here. Block. All right, so now if I come to the app over here, all right, I should have this nice little boom, 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 boom. Look at that. And this, I noticed this behavior here before with the blocks. It's just kind of the way the blocks work. So maybe this isn't the best thing to use here, just because it adds a little margin to it when it's like open. But still, it's kind of cool. It works. All right, I think it does it over here too. Yeah, see, it does that little. But yeah, so that's just kind of that behavior. But anyway, you get the idea. I can put stuff in the sidebar, use a reference element, and everything's hooked up pretty nicely. But yeah, that's a great way to do it. You could assign this manually if you want to. So somewhere during the life cycle, you can get the in JavaScript or TypeScript, you get a reference to the map component and then assign that component to the reference element of your legend in your life cycle. You could do this in React, Vite, Angular, or any other framework kind of app that you're building to tie things together. So create a ref to the a use ref to the component, the map component itself, and you can start passing that around in your application and use that as a reference element for other parts of your app that might be expecting a reference element that aren't children of the map, right? That's the key reason we do this. So if the component is not a child of ArcGIS Map or ArcGIS Scene, then it doesn't know who to talk to, right? Who owns it or is interacting with it. And you could do that with that reference element there. So that's what I want to talk about, because I got a couple of questions about this, like, hey, how do I use my component, search or legend or layer list outside of the map, right? It's not necessarily part of the map itself. And this is how you would do that with the reference element. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'll see you guys there. Thanks.